3. Gnosticism. This ancient, cynical, nihilistic atomism found several forms of expression, one of them being an early form of existentialism known as Gnosticism. Gnosticism has been viewed in terms of its two types of dualism. First, the Syrian, in which the dualism is derived from the one and undivided source of being, and second, the Iranian type, a dualism of two opposed principles, with man's destiny seen in terms of mixing and unmixing, captivity and liberation. Also important is the analysis of Gnosticism in terms of the concepts of time. Hellenism saw time as cyclical and circular, perpetually repeating itself. In biblical thought, time is rectilinear. It is a scroll unrolling itself irreversibly from the creation straight on to the end of the universe. For the Gnostic, time is a defilement to be escaped. The gnosis is a progressive restoration which leads to an escape from time. But Gnosticism can also be seen as a philosophy of self-deification, whereby man ascends out of his fall into matter, beyond time, matter, good and evil, into his divinity. According to the Poimandres of Hermes Trismegistus, this is the good end of those who have attained gnosis, to become God. Even as for the modern existentialist theologian, the starting point of thinking is the death of God. So for Gnosticism, this was, either explicitly or implicitly, the starting point. In language resembling that of Paul Tillich today, some spoke of the God beyond being. Hippolytus cited Basilides' use of the doctrine of the non-existent or non-being God. In this scheme of things, the sonship of Christ is the pattern of the sonship or deification of all men. A Gnostic hymn portrayed Jesus, representing mind, as the one who led man away from chaos, enabling this soul to escape from chaos by gnosis. Gnosticism survives today in theosophy, Jewish Kabbalism, occultism, existentialism, Masonry and like faiths. Because Gnosticism made the individual, rather than a dualism of mind and matter, ultimate, it was essentially hostile to morality and law, often requiring that believers live beyond good and evil by denying the validity of all moral law. Gnostic groups which did not openly avow such doctrines affirmed an ethic of love as against law, negating law and morality in terms of the higher law and morality of love. Their contempt of law and of time manifested itself also by a willingness to comply with the state. Marcion, having for a time been an Orthodox Christian, was an exception here, the Marcionites refusing to worship the emperor. The usual attitude was one of contempt for the material world, which included the state, and an outward compliance and indifference. A philosophy calling for an escape from time is not likely to involve itself in the battles of time.